Yeah, we gonna get into this. What's good? I'm back, man. Still eating these dumb grapes. It's your main man, house reacts, all that good stuff. Man, I can sit the laptop right there. I ain't gotta hold it. I ain't gotta hold you. You ain't no baby no more, baby. It's good though, man. Y'all still rolling? God dang, burps. Excuse me. Y'all still rocking with your boy. This is House Reacts, $ that's before the E. Hold up. I'm rude. I'm sitting here texting in the middle of a daggone reaction. Y'all good, man. Y'all know how we do, dog. You know what I'm saying? We like family now. We like kinfolk now. We like best buds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, that Hollywood boy. Yeah, man. Straight, you good? All right. I know. I said I'm gonna get into some cheaters video. I'm gonna get y'all what y'all want. Give me a second. I'm gonna get into that. But I want to see what this story was behind this dude confessing to some murders and he's seeking the death penalty on himself. But I'm trying to see how did this BDSM mishap lead to a brutal murder. Like, there's some kinky junk, some people that be into some stuff. Like, you got people that like to suck toes. I ain't even gonna say no names. I'm just talking bad about it. That's the heat coming on, boy. I know there was somebody talking about that junk earlier. You got people that like to eat butt. Females be doing it nowadays too, and fellas be letting them do that too. It's like there's some stuff out there for people like. But that daggone BDSM, I think that's like bondage. I think that's that bondage stuff. But how let's get into this, man, because yeah.
Mr. Lorenzo, you indicated that you wanted to be heard, and I, in fact, have some questions that I want to ask you. But first, let me ask you what you want to say regarding the factual basis.
Factual basis is basically very good. The details of
when you say very good, do you mean very accurate?
Very accurate. Yes, very much so.
He seemed like he might be a little.
Pull the basics in there, everything. There's not just the scenario of how things came to be is a little bit different, but it doesn't change the facts.
Okay.
And that's what I would just want to make clarified. Doesn't change the facts. I was there. Decisions were made. Things happened. People don't know this, but other people were there too. I hate to say this. And the state's not.
He ready to snitch. He ready to tell, like, hey, look, I mean, I wasn't the only one there. There were some other people there. I'm not going to point any elbows.
You purposely left it out. And it was with Michael, with Mr. Galehouse, was a group decision. And for many different reasons. And but it was in my house. We made that decision. I made that decision clearly. We did it as self-preservation because it could be identified. And I take responsibility because when after we made that decision, they looked at me and they said, should we do this? And I said, let's do it. So I take responsibility for that.
And I appreciate that. Yep. But it begs the question that I have, and that is why.
There is no one size fits to any level.
That's all everybody trying to figure out. You getting a run around about some daggone other people were there and this is what was done and I did do this and that's what I'm speaking. I'm like, nah, no, why? How did this go from some weird sex or whatever, y'all, whoever, whatever you got, I don't know what he was with or how, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. You want me to go into a little? I won't go into gory details, but
I appreciate that.
Yes, okay.
But I would like to know why.
Okay. I was identified as speaking with Mr. Galehouse at the bar, and that's true. I didn't actually meet Mr. Galehouse. Mr. Galehouse had met a gentleman
Oh, so he is.
Gentlemen I invited back. These two gentlemen, I did not know offhand. They were talking to Schweikert. I put this in one of my filings with the court before. When they said they knew who I was, and then I realized who they were, and I said, okay, let's all go back to my house and we'll party and have a good time. Mr. Schweikert, and we did all go back. We were going to go in the hot tub. We were going to do all that going on. And at that time, Mr. Galehouse, I get confused with the two. Mr. Galehouse agreed to want to do I don't want to tarnish the memory of this kid, but agreed to want to do a group thing. We did some drugs.
So
Mr. Galehouse did some drugs.
So you was with two dudes doing some dominatrix junk. No female was involved. I'm already. I just want to know why the fact these people end up dead. And I'm trying to figure out. Okay, if you gay and you meet two gay guys, and y'all talking about having a party and doing whatever y'all do, and you say some other people was there. Only way I could probably put together that somebody would end up dead is if this don't say a brutal murder. Y'all was on some drugs. Y'all was already drugged out, whatever drugs y'all was on. Probably won't all the way there. Unless somebody was like, oh, he gay, I'm gonna tell somebody. But he said he met dudes at the bar, so obviously he openly gay, so unless somebody else, I don't know. Let's listen. I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know. This is I don't know. I don't know.
Did fall in the garage and cut himself. He actually did do that. That kind of stopped the idea of doing a group.
How y'all get from a hot tub to a garage?
Gathering or group sex, if you want to call it that. So he was with the other two guys were bondage masters. I was a bondage master. Scott Schweikert was.
Oh, he really into that joint. You see how he said it? I was a solution in the bucket. Like that's like some daggone Silence of the Lamb type junk. I was a bondage master. Like.
Was a green. He was a wannabe. So we went into the house. Mr. Galehouse agreed to be bound. He said he's been done this before. He wanted to do that. So you want me to go into a little bit more?
No. I just wanted to know why they're dead.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, dog. He's been saying that the whole time. I just want to know why. He just you know why. Like that's what everybody wants to know. I think I want to know. The people that's watching want to know. The judge want to know why. Like, okay, if y'all all into that, that's what y'all doing. How do people end up dead? Like, was you on some bath salt and you start biting them? Like, what happened?
This is the reason I'm leading up to it. Mr. Schweikert wanted to get some experience. So we allowed him to do some stuff on Mr. Galehouse. Now, I don't know if I should add this, but Mr. Schweikert wanted to have a video done of him having experience as a master. He was trying, and I was videotaping it.
I knew a video or something I had to be in there. Somebody probably like, oh, these guys are gay. I want to tell somebody type junk. Or they gonna put it online or something. I don't know.
While I was doing this.
And he probably like, what? Snapped and killed him. I don't know.
Got carried away. He lost control. He did that once before on a meeting I had on a group thing we did together once before, and scared the heck out of the other guy. But anyway, he lost control. The kid started to scream and get all upset. We did the video. We put a gas mask on him because he did not want to be identified while being videotaped. So that's why the gas mask went on.
I told you.
We realized that the kid was going to probably call the police on all of us. So we had a powwow, and we said, this kid can't leave. He's going to identify.
Exactly.
The truth about ClickFunnels?
Yeah,
Here's what they're not telling you. That's right. ClickFunnels does a very good job of
identify all four of us. So that was why the decision was made. See where I'm coming from? Because he wound up hurting the kid. Wasn't our intention to do that, but I don't think it was Mr. Schweiker's intention to do it, but he was green on what he was doing. And we left him to his own volition, and he wound up hurting the kid in his lower extremities.
Who are the other people that were there?
I knew them. I knew who they were because of bondage masters, and I realized who they were because there was a organization that bondage master organization type thing, and I was part of that. But
they behind them little sex cults and all this weird junk out there. Y'all watch out, man. Be aware of that junk. People drug you, drag you, and do some gas masks and weird crap junk to you. But they say, dude, wait, I messed up my video screen. Go back. Dude wanted to be a part of that.
When they told me they were, that's why they knew who I was. They said, we know who you are, but I didn't know who they were. Then I said, okay, we'll still come back. That's why I invited them back to the house. But I didn't know them. I knew them. I know two names. I only know their first names because when you're in that type of club situation, you generally don't give out your last names. That's just not, you meet, you greet. And
Do you agree to provide additional information to authorities should they seek it?
I don't have their names. The thing I don't know how to contact them anymore. I remember one name was John. The other name was Chad or Chuck. I can't even remember. Chad or Chuck is the one that patched up Mr. Galhouse's arm. And what do you call it? I don't know how far I should go with it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be careful. But I don't know their names because after this happened, they split. After the body was distributed, and I did not dismember that body, and there's a good reason for that, and I can explain that to you. Very good reason.
I don't know that it's necessary.
Okay. And but it was done by the person that did this because he had medical experience. It was done by Schweikert and him. I stayed in front because it was a Saturday morning. There were people at my house. In my neighborhood, people all stopped and said hello to each other. If I was in the back making noise, they would come back to find out where I was. So homeowner, I stayed in the front with one of the other guys. And if anybody came along, I could say I'm having work done at my garage.
I cannot tell you how much what I hear from you infuriates me.
I know it does. I can tell. But I don't know. You're asking me to tell you the truth.
He look like he might be weird too.
Are there other homicide victims? Other than this evening, are there any other homicide victims that have died at your hands?
No.
Is there any request from the state regarding any questions that I asked of this defendant?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
I'm going to find that there is a sufficient factual basis. I am going to find that Mr. Lorenzo's plea of guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder is entered into freely and voluntarily. I am going to accept his plea of guilty to these 2 charges at this time. We will now move to phase 2, which is the penalty phase, and that is not something that we can complete today.
Okay, that was, I catch on in that so bad. That was just a weird one. Stay tuned, man.